Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with ElectraSoul. In this video, we're going to be talking about selling the soul. I don't give two flying fucks about who comes at me for this because it's real and it happens, period. I am not Christian, I am not religious, I am simply spiritual, but I do believe in this because I believe in a lot of different things. I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, I believe in the devil, I believe in good, bad, I believe in everything. I'm simply going to be talking about the whole basis around selling the soul and things like that. I'm not going to be talking about none of y'all faves, so don't worry, like, y'all are safe from that. But I am just going to be talking about basically what happens and the spiritual meaning behind it, just like a whole bunch of different things about it because it is very interesting. But before we get started, let me just say that I do have a spiritual store called ElectraSoul.co in which I sell spiritual jewelry. Got my 333 angel number hoop earring, one of my favorite angel numbers. I also sell angel number clothing, hair clips, and purses, and other angel number hoop earrings. I sell crystal sages, incenses. And I also do spiritual reading and spiritual coaching. So if you're looking to enhance your spiritual abilities, send me an email and we could get started. You can follow my TikTok, follow my Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you like the video, share, comment, like. Alright, now let's get started with the video. So what is selling the soul exactly? What does it mean? I always get people telling me that it's figurative, it's not literal. Selling the soul is basically when you have a pact with the devil. You know, some people don't really know him as the devil, Lucifer, whatever you refer to him as, but basically that negative being. So you know how there's God, the very bright being of light, there's a very dark being. So this being is the one who's trying to cause disarray in the world. So when you sell your soul to him, that devil, Lucifer, you do it in return for something that you want. So for example, he'll approach you when you really want to become famous. You're like, I want to be famous so badly, and it just is not working out for you. And he's like, what's up, I can make you famous if you give me your soul. But what exactly does it mean when you give him your soul? You can't give the devil your soul, it's your soul to keep. Okay, well listen, reincarnation is basically when your soul continues to go through lifetimes, learning and changing throughout the years. Your soul might be 400 years old, right? You've been through numerous different lifetimes, you've experienced so much, but the second that you decide to give the devil your soul, the reincarnation is done. That's it for you, baby. You are not reincarnating. Because even though your soul belongs to you, you are under God's protection. But basically, you're guaranteed that angelic protection, the angelic guidance, the angelic love, up until you decide to do something like that. There's been a lot of people saying that, oh, if you're satanic, you're going to go to hell, period. I don't believe in that either. I don't believe in heaven and hell in the conventional way that others do. I've already said this in many videos before, but I just wanted to re-clarify basically that for me, the way that I see it is you go through each lifetime reincarnating, learning your lessons and everything up until you've done all of the work that you needed to do and you no longer need to reincarnate. And so in that case and point, you finally rest as a soul. You can become a spirit guide, you can just RIP, you can watch over your beloved, whatever it is. But the point is that you're done. Your soul is just chilling and you know, you're fine. Like, you're literally completely fine. Now, in this case, the way that I see hell is not in the conventional way that, oh, in this lifetime, if you lie, if you sin, you're gonna die and rot. I don't believe in that. I believe that through each lifetime, you get choices to become a better person, right? Of course, people make mistakes, okay? I know in a past life, I've killed people before. I've been killed, and I'm still here, okay? So my soul is still alive. We're good, because I've learned through those lifetimes, and I've applied it into my new lifetime. But in the case in which you're actually doomed is when you decide to sell your soul, because in this case in point, you've given up every other thing that you've ever learned. Now you've made a choice to side with something that you're not supposed to. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Everyone has free will, that I believe in. Everyone has a choice. God is genuinely the being that watches you do things. God is my best friend, deadass, and every single time I ask him if I should make a decision based on something, he never tells me what decision I should make. He has never told me to make a certain decision. He only gives me pointers and says, well, you should do this, but it's up to you. He always says it's up to you, because at the end of the day, it's literally your choice. If you decide to do something, that was on you. Nobody forced you. Nobody told you that you needed to. It's up to you. Your ego, your soul, whatever it is, but it's up to you to make these decisions. And so once you decide, okay, well, I'm gonna sell my soul so that I can get everything that I want. Okay, well, you've done that, but now you're done. You know, there's no reincarnation for you. And what I believe happens to your soul is basically after you die, I do believe in the eternal suffering in that aspect. In the past, I have dealt with many demons and many evil spirits, and every single time I casted them away and they would go to hell in this unconventional sense, you can literally hear them. If you're psychic medium, you can hear it too. You would be able to hear them screaming, like literally piercing screams, because they're now suffering, because there's no chance for that, for beings like that. You know, they made a choice to do these horrible things, to literally mess up their chances of ever reincarnating and, you know, getting a chance to become the best version of themselves. I literally cannot imagine suffering for eternity like that. Every time I think about it, it literally scares me so much, because think about the fact that this life is not eternal. So you know that if you've experienced a lot of pain in this lifetime, it's not going to last for eternity, because you know that you're going to die one day. But in this case, can you imagine like literally suffering for the rest of eternity? How long is eternity? Can somebody tell me? Because I really don't know how long that is, but it's for a long fucking time apparently. Now, the thing that really messes people up is the fact that they think that they're going to get what they want because of this deal that they made. Now, there's something that many people have said before. I know this is something that goes along a lot of Christian beliefs. Although I'm not Christian, I do believe in a lot of these beings' intentions, though I don't believe everything is right. In this case, the devil is a liar. He is, period. Like, he's literally the opposite of God. He's pure ego. Ego is a liar. He is ego. So he'll tell you, yeah, I'll get you that mansion you want, and yeah, you'll get that car. Okay, you got it. But once you make that decision and you get the things that you wanted, it all comes with a huge price. So you might get that mansion, but your life is gonna turn into shit. Emotionally speaking, you're gonna go insane.
Cause the devil gonna make you do some crazy shit for that money. Straight up. And once you start working for the devil, you sow your soul, you feel me? Straight up. That's how that shit goes.
There are people who sell their souls and they get what they want, but that shit only lasts you a good year or so before things just turn absolutely horrible. These are the people that try to cut off their deals and then they get killed because you're not supposed to. You will die when the devil decides that you're going to die, because that's when the devil will not need you anymore. That's also why people are used to help spread these demonic symbolism and things like that. That's honestly why this world is so corrupt in so many ways. Although I do believe that this world at its core is a beautiful world, but I do believe that the ego has been too much in this world, in which it has completely messed things up to a whole different extent. The things that people are preaching and just like the things that we see, it's not good. Like, yeah, a lot of things are a vibe and it's cool and all, but it's really not good, unfortunately. I actually know people who have sold their soul, and it's very, very scary to see how they are now. Like, the people that I know who have done it, their lives are literally horrible. It's just like, you might as well just die, because there's really no peace in your life. And I mean, even after you die, it's gonna be even worse. There's actually this one girl that I saw online, and she basically was talking about how she sold her soul. She did not say why, but she said that she did. And she would constantly make like these posts talking about how anxious she was to die, that she didn't want to die, because she knew that once she died, that things were gonna just go horrible. She said that she's surrounded by demons 24/7. She's literally uploaded photos to the internet of like demonic handprints on her leg, which I'll put like a little picture here of like an example of it. And she'll always talk about how she'll try to laugh it off, because if she doesn't, she'll go insane. Yeah, it's just not good. Like, no. It's just a very scary thing. And I know like a lot of people think like, okay, well, if God isn't granting me what I want right now, why should I side with him if, you know, my life is so shitty right now? Well, give it time, baby. Like, don't sell your soul just because shit is looking wrong right now. Trust me when I say that everything happens for your own good. Even though there are a lot of traumatic things that happen and you're like, why did this happen to me? Your soul needs to grow. Your soul needs to grow. You need to go through these things so that you can learn and transform into different soul beings. Trust me that if you stay with God, on God's side, you will come out to be such a happier person. Like, you are going to see in the long term the effects of what doing that will do to you. As crazy as it sounds, I actually have a friend who was offered to sell her soul, and she declined it because, period, poo. She had a cut on her arm and she wiped the blood on a piece of paper, and she thinks that that's what enabled like this demonic conversation. But basically, when she was going to sleep that night, she fell into sleep paralysis, which is usually how it always happens. It's always in a sleep paralysis. She then heard a deep voice, and the voice told her, "So you want to be rich and famous? I can make you that if you give me your soul." And the way that you hear this voice is in your mind. It's exactly like channeling would be like. Just like when a spirit talks to you, you hear it through your mind. So the spirit was talking to her loud and clear. She told it no. She said, "No, I'm with God," and that was it. And all that the spirit that was talking to her did was laugh and say, "God isn't real," and then it went away. Keep in mind, she lived a very bad life at this time. She was very unhappy in a bad situation, and yet she still chose to stay with God as opposed to giving her soul over for what appeared to be fulfilling promises that were in actuality very empty promises. Now her life is she is living like, I'm so happy for her. Everything has just glowed up for her in so many ways, and I'm very thankful for that because that's what she deserves. I remember one time I even channeled to ask about it because I wanted to know what would have happened if she had sold her soul. And what God told me was that she would have been dead by 26 years old, that she would have became this famous being that she wanted to become, but she would have eventually died, and at a very young age too. And that's another thing. You sell your soul and you think that you're going to get everything that you want, but how long is that everything that you want going to last? You don't know if you're gonna die the next year. You don't know if the devil's done with you 6 months after you sold your soul. You spend those 6 months enjoying what you got, and then you're killed off, and your eternity is literal hell. Something that actually did happen to me was I was offered as well to sell my soul. It was very crazy, but I'm gonna get into that in another video because it's a story time, period. You can feel the negative energy when it comes to like demonic figures. It's not a deal worth bargaining in, especially considering the fact that your egotistical wants are not what's best for you. So you might think that you getting this and you wanting that is going to make you happy, and then you get those things and you're not happy. It's because that's not what your soul really needs. If you want to be famous, there are many different ways to become famous. If you want to do something very big with your life, you can do that through manifestation. I 110% believe in affirmations, manifesting. Bro, I'm telling you right now, the reason I blew up on TikTok was because I affirmed the shit out of that. Period. The reason that my Instagram is growing so rapidly is because I affirm that. The reason that my YouTube is growing so fast is because I'm affirming. Nobody can tell me that affirming doesn't work. Whatever you think about is what you attract. You might as well refocus yourself to affirm as opposed to selling your soul for some deal that won't even last you. Look, from somebody who's not religious, always choose God. I'm not saying that God is only religion, but every time I say God, people are like, oh, you must be Christian, you must be this. I'm not nothing. I am spiritual. But the matter at hand is that God will always try to lead you right. You know, Jesus will always try to lead you right. These are two very powerful beings that are only trying to get you to the right point in your life. They're not trying to do anything negative for you. This is literally coming from a soul perspective. Because if you hear these things and you have a lot of ego inside of you, you will most likely feel rage whenever you hear God or whenever you hear Jesus, because you'll think, oh, these two beings that think that they're so much better than everybody else. Well, it's not like that, because that's not how it is. It's all about the soul, as I always say. Alright, y'all, that's basically it for my video. Thank y'all so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. I intend that this video helped you to the best of its ability. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll see y'all next Sunday for another video. I love y'all. God bless y'all. Bye.